It's your girl Nisi here with Wild Pear Tarot. Thanks so much for tuning into my YouTube channel. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I'm an alchemist, a light worker, and a tarot and oracle reader that specializes in celebrity readings, pick-a-pile messages, and channeled messages for the collective. Thanks so much, y'all. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. All right. And don't forget, I accept tips. That information is in the description box below. Make sure you tip your girl, okay? All right. Those funds really help towards creating more videos for y'all to enjoy. All right, y'all. Happy New Year, everybody. I know I'm late because it's February, but we're going to get started, okay? This is going to be the first reading of the year from Wild Pear Tarot, okay? And we are going to be doing a reading on Chloe Bailey, okay? Y'all know Chloe from her artistry, her singing, her acting, okay? Most of y'all probably know that she has decided to go solo. She's been solo for the past, year and a half? And she's getting ready to put out a new album. So Spirit wanted me to do a reading on her. So we're going to get started, y'all. All right, let's get into it. So we're going to get started. We're going to be doing a reading on Chloe. She is a solo artist. She broke away temporarily from her sister act, Chloe and Halle, right? Her younger sister, Halle. She's off making movies, y'all know, getting ready for The Little Mermaid to drop this year, etc. Chloe is getting into some acting. I think she dropped a couple of things on Twitter that she's doing a lot of films, so that's coming up ahead. She has a new album dropping next month, so a lot of activity around her artistry, her creativity, her development. So Spirit wanted me to focus on kind of how she's doing, how this album may go, right? And just kind of what's up ahead. So we're going to get started actually with the theme and see kind of where she's at. Then we're going to get specifically into her music career. All right, let's get into it. All right, so we're actually going to get started with both of these decks. We're going to figure out what is the theme for Chloe in this season of her life as she is embarking on an album release. We're just going to see what's up. So Spirit, show me what's up. What's the theme for Chloe? She's getting ready to embark on this new chapter, new music. The Maze, okay? All right. And let's see what else. Okay. I'm going to have to actually go back to the other deck, but hold on. I'm mid-shuffle. All right. Thank you, Spirit. Ooh, okay. Where is she at? Ooh, the Blackbird. Okay. Interesting, y'all. I gotta come back and pull one other card. Okay. All right, so let's go over these cards and let me make sure that you guys can see it. So we got the Maze. We got Loss. We got Blackbird. The magical and unique qualities of your untapped potential are unfolding now. So, this album is going to be a hit or miss for some. I think some people are going to really gravitate towards it and really enjoy it for all of what Chloe has to offer, all of the intention that she's put behind it. Like, some people are just gonna get it, and it's actually gonna be more than fans. Like, I think she may even capture new fans from this album. But it's almost like it takes a while for people to kind of catch on. Like, I'm getting, it may have like an initial spark. It may have an initial spark with this maze card, but it's almost like people have to find the cues and the elements of the album that really like impact them. So it's gonna be a bit of a hit or miss, hot and cold, in terms of the response, the public response. She has experienced some significant losses in her life, particularly familial relationships. And it's not really a death, even though, ooh, Lord, there may be a death coming, unfortunately, for her in her life. Like, and I don't like to say that, but like, something important to her that she had to give up or is going to give up, or a connection, like something where, you know, there may be an actual like physical death where she may actually lose someone physically. But this album is also almost trying to revive or connect with elements of herself that she feels like she has lost. Because of outside forces, because of the naysayers, of people's feedback. There's like angst. I get a lot of angst in this album. Like, it's interesting. Like, you know, most people you know, she's gonna have like the attitude, right? Like, you know, we can talk more about that. Like, she's gonna have the attitude and like the sexiness and the, you know, all of that, right? But there's almost an angstiness to this album that is really interesting. It's gonna like undergird it in some way. Like, something about it is just gonna be like a bit sad, like a bit sad and almost a bit depressing, because certain things about her life, kind of like that energy is wrapped up in that album. Like, the energy is wrapped up in that album. I don't know if she's going to articulate that, like how she's had to kind of write through and process her emotions. But this is definitely something where this album is going to kind of encapsulate that, like the sadness and the loss and the pain and like overcoming those things. And, you know, and it's so interesting how there's teeth here, and it's almost like the loss of teeth is like, it's almost like certain things she won't be able to handle. Like, she has, I'm picking up, there's more like outburst when it comes to family. There's a huge sensitivity around family and around her personal life with her family, the relationships with her family. And I know she doesn't talk about it a lot. I think that, if I'm not mistaken, her godmother or auntie or someone close by is helping her with her career, because her parents, she's detached herself from her parents, or like something where maybe she had a falling out with the parents, or like something familial where there's a lack of support there. And that's such a heavy loss. And I'm not sure if, like, Spirit's saying this is a huge, like, there's gonna be a huge issue of repair in this way. A huge issue of repair. Like, this loss was such a gravitating, like, it's such a gravity pulling loss, that it's really shifted, like probably how she views parenthood, or like how she just views like her most secure and safest relationships, because your parents are supposed to kind of create that, right? Even as you're a child growing up, and she's been very, her and her sister had always been very visible. And so it's something that she's going to be working through for years to come, is what Spirit's showing me. But the great thing about Chloe is her ability to like kind of bounce back from stuff. Like, she's very resilient in that way. And not that, we always talk about Black women being resilient, and Lord have mercy, I fucking know. But I think for her, it's like she very much cares about what she puts out in the world, and how she presents herself. And she does want to be, it's interesting, I'm picking up so many things. It's like she wants to be fashion forward, she wants to be sexy, she wants to be gorgeous, she wants to be fun, flirtatious, she wants to be soft. Like, she wants to be everything that makes up her as an individual. She wants to be able to be without all of this judgment and all of this feedback, and like constant gnats, like I'm thinking of gnats, like just constant picking away at her, because it's almost like soul wrecking in a way, because she really does present her full self, and most artists don't do that. They show sides of themselves, right? Like, I'm thinking of her, like she's the protege. Her and Halle are signed under Beyonce's label Parkwood, right? And so she's the protege, right? Everyone was like, oh, she's the next such and such. And it's like, Chloe's like, you can see the similarities and right? And that's a lot of pressure. But also, she hasn't yet taken that cue from someone like Beyonce, who's able to separate like her privacy, like the level of privacy from, it's like you don't always see Beyonce's personality in her music, right? The artistry and the personality come through in her music, right? You don't see a lot of that in the interview space. You don't see a lot of that in any other space except for when she step on that stage, or when she puts out a body of work. And Chloe being younger, Chloe being of a different age, time, space, right? In culture and society and pop culture and music culture, she is definitely more open. She's way more open. I think a lot of like musicians and artists are way more open, or trying to be more open. Sometimes it falls flat though for people, because she does have a very like clear cut way about herself. Like she what you see is what you get, and that's for real. Like, that's really what it is. Like, what you see about her is what you get. There is no kind of like allure. There's not really much of an allure. And I think that's probably why people judge her so much about her sex appeal, because there's something about the allure of her that I think people don't connect with. Because I think some people think that she doesn't have an allure. Like there's that the allure is not there. And this is not, this is just what I'm picking up, as far as like how people are perceiving her. But she's gonna keep it going. It's really interesting because there's something about, it's so interesting, like how, I don't know if you guys have been noticing the energy, the colors energetically that have been showing up in her recent like kind of album rollout, you see a lot of black and a lot of red and a lot of, you know, just there's a bit of a hardness there, and then there's like, you see like it's almost like the angel and the devil on your shoulder, and she's kind of playing with that. There's an interplay with those elements, you know. There's an interplay between the secular and the non-secular. Like, there's that interplay, and there's something, it's like some people are gonna get it, you know what I'm saying? Like, some people are just gonna be like, oh snap, like I understand this. Like, she's taking me on this maze, this journey, and it feels like it's kind of going all over the place, but like there's something here to take away from this album, this energy. But it's also like, some people just aren't gonna get it. They're just gonna be like, what? She's gonna have a couple of features, I think, on this album. Some significant ones. I think some of them, I don't know why I'm getting like some of the songs, it's like it's almost gonna be a bit erratic or like jarring. I'm getting like it's gonna be a bit erratic and jarring to the ear a little. Like, she sonically may try to push things a bit, and even with the features, it's gonna be like, huh, oh, I wasn't expecting that. Like, there's something around that element, of like, oh, I wasn't expecting that this person would hop on this track, or, you know, so there may be some surprise in that way, but I'm just getting that there is a darkness, and like that she's kind of almost trying to work through. Like, she's using this album to work through. It's called Pieces of Me, I think. Is that what it's called? Oh, y'all let me know in the comments if that's the correct name of the album. It reminds me of that Ashley Simpson album. Or the song. She had a song called Pieces of Me. But yeah, hell no, I'm not comparing those two. Like, let's be for real, okay? Like, come on, y'all, okay? Ashley Simpson, her lip syncing behind, girl, nah. Chloe can sing down, bitch. Anyways, yeah. So this season is really, and this is more picking up about the energy of the album. I was trying to say like, oh, what's a season in her life, what she's going through. But it is also a time, it is going to be reflecting a time where there's some shadow stuff here. There's some dark stuff here. And I'm talking in terms of like the certain things that she can tap into, or certain things that she's probably aware of about herself that aren't always like shiny and, you know, cutesy and like, you know, like nerdy. Like, there's also some darker stuff here, and some like the Pray It Away song is there's some darkness to that song. I don't know if y'all like, there's some like angst and some anger in there, like, you know, her talking about taking me to church, and like she trying to pray it away before she killed this man. Like, it's very like, it's very angsty and very like, yo, I'm trying to fight against, you know, what I know to be. Like, I'm fighting against like the anger and emotions and the lividness that I feel against the harm that I experienced and the hurt that I experienced. But I'm also trying to just like, let me just try to pray it away. Let me just try to ask God to take care of it. Like, you know, like, because if not, I'm gonna kill this man. Like, she's very like in that way. So yeah, this is what's coming up for her at this point in time. And yeah, let's see what else is going on with her. Okay, let's see what else is going on. So, since people talk so much about it, people always got something to say, okay? They talking. We're gonna get into her sexuality, actually. We're gonna get into that. Spirit wanted me to see kind of like, how is she feeling about her sexuality? I think that, you know, there is, in terms of how she represents herself, in terms of her sex appeal, and I guess I want to talk more about that, more about her sex appeal, not necessarily her sexuality, because I think those are two different things, but more about her sex appeal in this space as a young woman, as an artist, right? I think, you know, just within music culture and pop culture, there are these phases where you see artists, particularly women artists, who are, you know, they gonna show more skin and they gonna sing about, you know, all kind of stuff, and ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, girl, she grown. So I'm not seeing what the problem is. People are saying like her sex appeal is corny because she, like, it's almost like she does so much. But I guess, again, it's like I said at the beginning, it's more about the allure of Chloe, that people are just like, you know, they saw her grow up on YouTube. She was acting in was it Grownish? She was acting in Grownish. Like, you know, people have seen her grow up from like a young girl to a young woman, and I think sometimes it's hard for them to separate that. Like, the allure isn't there, or at least people perceive it as the allure not being, like, there's something about it where I don't know. But Spirit, tell me about her sex appeal, and how does she see herself in terms of her own sex appeal? Okay. We got the Five of Feathers. And the Emperor in the reverse. Okay. What about, we already know most people's general perception, but is there anything else that you want to tell me about her sex appeal and, you know, her energy around that? Okay, interesting. Okay. And, ow. Interesting, bitch. Okay, we got a lot of reversals here. Let's figure out why, because what in the entire hell? Okay, I'm trying to make sure y'all can see that. Okay, we got the Five of Feathers. We got the Emperor in the reverse. I'm going to turn it upright so you can see it. Okay. We got the Three of Roses in the reverse. Showing this upright so you can see it. And the 10 of Roses in the reverse. Also showing this upright so y'all can see it. Okay. How she's seeing herself is kind of interesting, because I think sometimes she does believe that she's doing too much. Like, she ain't gonna admit it to publicly. She's gonna be like, no, that's not what it is. But it's like, I think that it is the bullying. It is the fear. It is the perception of her that is making her feel like she has to try everything. Otherwise, you know, it's going to be just this continued assault on, like, how she presents herself and how her body is. And, like, you know, she takes care of herself very well because she believes in all of those things. But the stuff that people say about her sex appeal and about her sexuality, and just in terms of her physicality, it is impacted by how she presents herself. And, you know, she tries to just kind of bypass that. I think she definitely tries to, but mentally, this is Five of Feathers. Feathers in this deck represent swords. And I think that she feels a loss of power here with this Emperor in reverse. Like, she feels almost a loss of power. Like, she doesn't always have control of, because she doesn't have control of the perception of her in this way. She's still going to try. Like, she still wants to be out here, and she's still going to try, but there's a contention. I think sometimes that she is I don't know if she grew up like under very religious circumstances that she has yet to really talk about. Like there's something here I'm getting, like there's like a battle mentally about, you know, like I kind of have to do this because I need to stand out, like, you know, and my body is growing and it's beautiful and I love it and I want to show it off. But man, like, you know, it's like, damn, I am sexy, but like, why are people like hating on me like this? And, you know, maybe I shouldn't have done this because, you know, spiritually, or like, you know, or she's thinking about like religion and like, some of the things that were put on her and Halle as young girls through her family upbringing. That's why I'm asking. I'm like, I don't know what. I'm wondering how she was brought up in her home, because there's something here. It's something about this secular versus non-secular. Like there's something going on here. It's so interesting. Like energetically, people are picking up the internal mental fighting that is happening within her about her sex appeal. It's there. Like it's there. She is questioning sometimes, am I doing too much? Is this too am I pushing the boundaries too much? Or she's even questioning it in terms of her religion, like in terms of her upbringing. And it's almost like there's some conditioning there that she's fighting with. And I think some people are seeing that, and like people are picking up on that energetically. That's why they're saying like, oh, this doesn't seem like yeah, she's really confident. And that's why people are saying, oh, she's overdoing it. And it's like, I think it's because some people are picking up on the fact that like she's not, like the confidence is there, but she's not 100% in it. And I think people pick that up. Like people have picked that up about her. These rose cards, who have mercy. In terms of impact and longevity of this element of her life, right? It's kind of hard because I'm like, is this kind of like a phase for her? Like, what is, you know, I think she's, again, this 5 of feathers here is showing me that she's working through it. She's working through the whole energy of like her sex appeal and how she wants to present herself, and like the sexiness element and how far she wants to go, and like all of these things. I think that she's exploring, but she's also questioning, and there's some internal dialogue. There's some mental fighting, like there's some just a little bit of mental anguish and like questioning about her impact and about why she's doing this. And you know, it's just there's some conditioning there about, and some shame, probably some shame as well, about her presenting her body in this way, in all the facets that she does. Like they're in like she's comfortable with her body, but in another way she's not comfortable. Like it's like, and it's almost like she's 24 years old, y'all. Like she's 24. This is an like in your 20s. Yeah, of course. Like y'all as women, all of us, even as men, like whatever gender you identify as, when it comes to your personal sex appeal and your personal sexuality and how you present yourself physically in the clothes and the fashion that you have, if you're wearing more, you know, showing more skin or showing, you know, certain body parts, like whatever. I think that there are always going to be phases in people's life where they are questioning and maybe having shame around how they're presenting their body publicly. I just think that that's just like a normal facet of a human being's life. Like it's just a normal facet of being a human being. And I think, especially being a woman, like, let's just be for real, especially being a woman, especially being a Black woman in the pop space, in the R&B space. And I think that for her, she's questioning, she's going through some internal dialogue that she's trying to work through. Her impact is not, like, the one thing I will say, I think that sometimes it's like, in terms of her impact, it is, I think it's more so of like, she's following what other people are doing. So it's like, it's almost like her sex appeal isn't really unique. It's just more like it's another application and iteration of women in the music business who have to, not have to, but who decide to present themselves in a specific way to appeal to specific audiences. Like, I think she's playing into that. She's playing into it with these cards. And it's showing that it's not really going to bear fruit. The roses here are representative of the pentacles, and so this is a 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. This is a 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, and so I'm seeing this as, this isn't really going to have much impact. I'm so like, I don't know, it's just her kind of figuring herself out. Like, this is her kind of figuring herself out, and she's gonna work through this. She's gonna work through these energies of feeling kind of almost powerless and not always having the confidence and questioning. She's going to work through that. She's a 24-year-old young woman. She's a 24-year-old young woman. She's going to figure it out. But in terms of impact, like, it's not going to have much cultural impact. Like, yes, she's going to have, she's going to have some of the, like, some elements of her clothing and, like, fashion is definitely going to be, like, oh, people are going to be in awe of it. But again, I keep going back to the allure. Like, there's something about the allure that is like, it's not clicking with the public. It's just not clicking with the public. And I don't see this being, this element of her artistry, this element of her, the way that she, does things. It's like, I don't know if it's gonna, it doesn't seem like it's gonna have the impact that she's hoping to have. Like, she's just another sexy young woman. You know what I'm saying? It's like, nothing about it is unique in the music space because there's so many other women who are also doing similar things, right? Like, maybe the fashion choices, maybe, people are going to talk a little bit about, but it's almost like people are used to seeing this of most young R&B pop girls. Like, it's just, so there's nothing about it that's going to be like, oh my gosh, this is so, like, it's not going to be really a moment. Her fashion, I'm not sure if her fashion or the way in which she presents her sex appeal is going to be more of a moment. I think it's going to be like, okay, like a quick, like, okay, and then on to the next. Okay, we're not going to get into all the little tea things that y'all want because I know some of y'all are like, ooh, who is she dating and ... I mean, girl, she's probably single. I don't know. We're actually going to ask, Spirit wanted me to ask about her relationship with Halle. That's her younger sister, okay? She is the older sister, okay? And I don't know, how many years? Is it maybe like 2 years? Excuse me, I don't know. Y'all tell me in the comments, or I might have to look it up later. I don't know how much older she is than Halle, but yeah. How is their relationship doing? Like, they are really close. It seems like they're always very close and they very supportive of each other. So show me, Spirit. Thank you. What is her relationship with Halle right now? What's the energy around the relationship? Three of Pentacles. Five of Wands. They helping each other get this money, you feel me? Four of Cups. Ace of Swords. This is really interesting because, okay, let's go over these cards. All right, we got Three of Pentacles. We got the Five of Wands. We got the Four of Cups. And the Ace of Swords. Okay. I mean, this energy is just kind of indicative of most sibling connections. I mean, they are always thinking about themselves as a team. Like, even when, like, you see how in this card, there's the tree, and then you see the roots underneath, and the Three Pentacles underneath. Like, the roots, their tie is always going to be strong. y'all always be thinking there's like infighting. Like, please stop with that bullshit, because it ain't true. Like, and even if there is fighting, like this Five of Wands, it's like regular sibling ass stuff, like regular sibling ass rivalry. Like, it is not something that is going to spill over into their business, because they're about collaboration. Like, they support each other in their business endeavors. Like, you don't think that, like, whatever Halle is doing, she has an investment in. Whatever Chloe's doing, Halle has an investment in. And I mean real financial investment. Like, it's not competition at all. Sometimes there is, like, actually, let me backtrack. Sometimes there is a little bit of competition with this Five of Wands here, but they know when to cap that shit, because at the end of the day, they're both trying to eat, they're both trying to build, they're both trying to, like, be great, and they support each other in that. The collaboration is there. So it's almost like she will bounce off ideas, you know, like they created music together. They're both very talented, skillful artists, musicians. You know, I think people forget, like, that they do more than just sing. They produce, they play instruments, like, they do more than just sing. They act. And so all of these things all of their creative pursuits are trying to be channeled in a way in which that, hey, business-wise, it's like, okay, Halle's about to put out Little Mermaid, okay, and then Chloe is about to be, like, right behind her with movies herself. Like, it's just like they're working together, they're planning, they're collaborating, they're finding ways that they can get money, and they're both leaning on each other. Like, they're telling each other, oh, okay, I got this deal, oh, you should consider working with this person. Like, they are consistently grinding, and they're looking out for each other. They look out for each other. Their bond is there. Like, yes, there's a sibling rivalry. I feel like that's just a normal, like, yo, like, she's just a normal ass girl. Like, man, y'all are wildin'. I don't know. It's just so interesting, because people just be like, oh, Chloe, you know, people just have a lot of, like, feedback about her, and it's just like, yo, she just, like, yeah, she can sing down, like, she, like, let's just be for real, but, like, she's, like, a regular, like, down-to-earth young woman, and, like, that a lot of people can relate to. And I don't know where the gap is in terms of the relatability. Like, there's something there where people aren't connecting with the relatability, and it's like she really is, like, she's just a fun, nerdy young woman who, like, loves and enjoys music and just wants to do her best, and she works her ass off. She loves her sister. She loves her family. She actually does really love her family despite the issues that are happening, and she just wants to do well. Like, she just really wants to do well and enjoy, like, her life and perform, and, like, that's really what, like, but maybe that's also the aspect of like her stardom. It's like there's nothing. Maybe that's also kind of like the questioning of her in terms of quote unquote getting to a Beyonce level. Like quote, it's that whole like quote unquote getting to a Beyonce level. Like it's something. Ah, okay. So it's interesting. I think sometimes the public, and I could just, what I can say to that, just man, fuck them people. But it's a fact that, and this is what Spirit's saying, it's a fact that she's not quiet about herself. She takes up space. Y'all don't like that. She gonna keep doing it though. Y'all. Yeah, man, fuck y'all. I'm sorry. Like, I really gotta say that shit. Fuck y'all. Like, people don't like that she's not quiet about who she is. People don't like the fact that, people don't like the fact that she's not quiet about who she is. She takes up space. Like, she is who she is, and she takes up space, and she's quirky and fun and nerdy, and then she has a sex appeal that she's trying to work through. Like, all these different elements. Like, she's just a regular ass young woman who has these amazing gifts and amazing talents that she wants to provide to the world, and as she said in a recent interview, gift to the world, and just like enjoy herself and enjoy her life. Like, that's all she's trying to do, and people don't like that she takes up space in this way, and so they're questioning, and they're picking, and like and it's like, goddamn, why can't I live? Can I live? The fuck? So yeah, Chloe, fuck them people. I'm sorry, I just really have to say that. Like, oh my god, y'all are some hating ass strangers up on these internets. Y'all are haters. Let's move on. So we got the Four of Cups and the Ace of Swords. So yeah, the relationship with her and Halle is like, sometimes they get bored of each other. This is just a regular ass, like, like, it's just a regular ass. If you have siblings or you have like cousins or like just, people in your family that you're close to, it's just that regular push and pull of like, sometimes you get annoyed with them, and sometimes you're arguing with them, and sometimes you're like bored of them, and you want to take your space. And like, this was a time, her going solo was the time for her to kind of like, I want to see what else I can do outside of this, Chloe and Halle connection, this Chloe and Halle like artistry, right? I want to kind of pivot and see what I can do as a solo artist, and where I want to shift and move my artistry and musicianship to. And with that, came a lot of people judging and questioning, but ultimately she gonna do whatever she want to do regardless. Yes, there's gonna be some mental questioning. She is like, the maze card that came out, right, is like, it's gonna be kind of that, like, this is kind of the season she ends where she's trying to figure it out. It's just like she's trying to figure it out. She's trying to figure life out. That's like every 24-year, like, the fuck? Like, this is like every 24, 25, people in their early 20s, mid 20s. Like, this is what every young person is going through. Like, they're just trying to figure life out, y'all. Please give these people space. Like, please give this young woman and these young women out here just like their space to figure it out. And if they take up space, like, that's what they're supposed to do as artists. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Yeah, that's really what it is, y'all. But I want to also go back to this Blackbird energy here as I end this reading. She has a lot of, this is saying here and hinting at untapped potential. The magical and unique qualities of your untapped potential are unfolding now. You're going to see her probably a lot more. She wants to explore her artistry in a lot of different ways. And like I said, with the Maze card, she's trying to figure stuff out. She wants to see how she can push her artistry in new ways. she may come up with some jingles. Like, she may like be in more commercials. She may like, you probably may see her more and more over the years. Like, she wants to be in the limelight. She wants to explore her artistry. She wants to act more. She wants to sing. She wants to do, she wants to just, you know, move past the boundaries of what people may expect of her in terms of her musicianship and artistry and creativity. And that's just, I don't like, ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, if you have gifts that you want to explore, if you have gifts that you want to explore and push past boundaries that maybe people or expectations people might have placed on you, and you want to take up space, take up fucking space. Like, that's the message for some of y'all out here who may be feeling like, oh, you know, people, I don't, somebody gonna judge me and da da da. Like, bitch, please, like, go out there, live your life, you know, and give yourself the space and the time to figure shit out. Like, it's going to take, you know, at whatever age and whatever stage of life that you're in, like, give yourself grace and space to figure shit out. And take up space, y'all. Take up space where you can. Like, be yourself. For real. Ain't nothing else to say for this reading, y'all, okay? All right, that was my reading on Chloe. Yeah, good luck to her with this new album dropping and all the things that are to come. You know, like, I'm wishing her success, man, and all the great things to come for her, okay? All right, more readings on the way, y'all. Let me know what you thought of the reading. If there's other people you may want me to read on, other celebrities, etc. I may have some other type of readings coming up. You know I do my pick-a-pile. You know I do my channeled messages. Tip your girl, okay? I take tips. I accept tips, okay? The money is helpful, all right? And I ain't nothing wrong with me asking, okay? This takes energy and time to create these videos for y'all. So, and I thank y'all so much for y'all's support and follows. Please, you know, y'all know what to do, okay? Like, share, and subscribe, y'all, okay? It's your girl Nisi here with Wild Pear Tarot, and I'm gonna catch y'all later. Bye.